Hello, welcome to the Climb to 1800. Today it is day 70, not yesterday. Yesterday was day 69, the funny number, as we all know. But anyway, let's get straight into the game. We are at an all-time high of 1571, and we're going to try to keep it like that. Oh, that's a weird new graphic. That's the second time that's happened right before the game. We are against a 1750 who will play against us. Very, very exciting, if I may say so myself. They have low connectivity. Poor lag, so maybe that'll work out in our favor. I am studying the Roy Lopez, but in all honesty, it's going to be a long time before I play that. Okay, pretty confident moves starting out from my opponent. Oh, okay, okay. I never remember. This is not that popular of a move, so I've never really studied it. I know that this is possible. Then he has to recapture that way. I don't remember the best moves, to be honest. All I know is it's a bit third rate, but I'm not going to overthink it too much, because trading is probably fine. Trading, actually, but this is really about what type of game I want, and the type of game I want is probably to play c3, but that might be a bit hard-headed, trying to get c3 in anyway, so I think that I'm just going to play bishop to e2, kind of a safe option, but also not trading off too many pieces just yet. Yeah, knight takes c6, b takes c6, bishop takes b6, then recaptures. Queen d4 looks fine, but nothing more than fine. It just looks totally equal. So I don't really want that. I'm playing with white. I need to try to get a little bit of an advantage, right? So next few moves might be c3, might be castles, might be knight d2, might be knight c3. Kind of all depends. But again, I really don't know the theory here. I don't study much Scotch theory at all, to be honest, even though I play it a lot. I really just kind of play good-looking moves, and I hope that they work. Okay, I think that there's nothing wrong with castling here. Probably nothing wrong with knight c3 either. I don't really want to go c3 anymore because that was really only in the queen f6 line. In all honesty, I'm kind of wishing I'd brought my bishop out to c4 because that would have stopped the d5 push. I have a feeling he's going to go d5 right now. Maybe knight d3 can dissuade that a little bit. Actually, yeah, maybe knight c3 dissuades that a little bit. Okay, I'm going to play knight d3 with the sole purpose of dissuading d5 by adding a little bit of control to that square. But he can still play d5, so I don't know what I'm really talking about. At least I think he can. Yeah, takes, here takes, queen takes. Yeah, I mean, he can definitely still play it. But knight c3 can't be that bad, even if it isn't the most accurate. Now, in a lot of positions, I like to play f4, but f3 is also good sometimes. Yeah, no, I really should have gone bishop to c4. I was being way too passive with bishop e2. Yeah, if I had played bishop c4, d5 wouldn't be possible right now, but d5 is possible right now because I didn't. And d5 is not the end of the world, by the way. It's totally fine for me still. In fact, after d5 captures, I might just go here. The only to chase his dark squared bishop. The only problem is that then he takes here, and I have to recapture like that. Yeah, never mind. That line wouldn't work under hindsight. But I do like the fact that opponent is taking some time to think. So we are making a 1750 think. I think that I've only beaten one 1750 before, and I would love to do it again, but I don't know. It's anybody's game. But I do like my position. I feel like I could have definitely played it more accurately, but in all honesty, I just don't know the moves. I really do have to study bishop b6, because almost everybody plays queen f6 in the position where he dropped his bishop back. Okay, he castles. Excuse me. He castles. Keeping the tension on the board, honestly, I might even be fine with playing this. now to stop d5. Could also just take, but then takes, then takes, takes. I do mess up his pawn structure a tiny bit, but I also open up his position. I don't think that it's really that worth it for me. It's probably fine. Castling is probably fine too. The only thing is after castles, then this. Oh, actually, castles d5 can be met with knight takes c6. Then knight recaptures, and then after that big line, I actually win the pawn. So d5 is actually not possible. I take it back. Yeah, d5 would blunder a pawn. Again, it would be here, then takes, and then takes. Queen takes, and I trade down, but I'm up a pawn in that position. So maybe it's a little bit of a trap. I doubt that he'll fall for it, though, because he's 1750. He can probably play d6, and he's totally fine, too. But we're going to see what he opts for sure. Because I'm sure there's a million ways to take this. I do like the fact that his light squared bishop is a little bit dead, but then again, I just said d6 helps him stop that issue, and it in fact does. By the way, we are definitely pushing for being 1600 in the near future, because it's achievable now. It's definitely within grasp, within view. But yeah, I like the fact that this opponent is thinking. Yesterday, my opponent didn't think at all, and it definitely hurt them in the long run. But today, we are having somebody who is putting some thought into their moves. And, you know, the better the opponents are that you play, the better you're going to get. Or the faster you're going to get better is probably the more accurate way to say that. I also heard a scary statistic. I heard that, I'm not sure if it was 20, if it was over 2,000 or 2,200, but once you're above one of those two on Rapid, online, I think that the stat is 1 in every 8 or 1 in every 13 people. It's one of those two. Or cheating, which is a really scary stat. But at the same time, if they're playing all the best moves, that's going to force you to get better. Not an excuse, but it's definitely something to consider. And I have not yet faced any cheaters in my road to 1800, except for the one who was kicked off literally mid-game. Literally mid-game, he was forced, his account was closed. That was really funny in hindsight, but very confusing in the moment. But besides that, it's been totally clean. I do think that for most people's levels, the cheating problem isn't that bad. At the high level, I can see why it would be an issue, but I really don't feel like I've played too many cheaters. And, okay, yeah, after all that time, he does play d6. I guess he was calculating d5. I mean, I could play f6 right now. I don't really see how to improve too well, to be honest. I could also, let's see, I could also play knight to a4. Then he doesn't actually have a clean way to save the bishop besides taking here, taking. Or actually, no. After a knight a4, knight takes d4, I take here, and I threaten this rook, so then he's going to have to recapture. Then I take here. Yeah. This is definitely the move, because it gets me the bishop pair, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe it gets me the bishop pair. Because again, takes here first, I would take here. Oh no, it doesn't get me the bishop pair, because after that he can take here. But I do think that the dark squared bishop is more valuable. So I think I'd be fine with that too. Yeah, I missed that he could take on e2 with check. Yeah, I did miss that. But that'll also mess up his pawn structure a little bit. Because after knight takes d4, I think I still take on b6. Even with this capture being a check. Because that is a 2-for-2 trade, right? No, what am I talking about? That's a basic counting mistake. That would have lost me a piece. Oh, Jesus. Forget I said that, please. Yeah. I mean, that's literally a counting mistake. That would have lost me a piece. After this, I definitely would not have been able to do this. I would have definitely had to recapture with the bishop. Yeah, that's crazy that I almost did that. I might have blundered if he had played the move I was talking about. Okay, throwing in this check looks really, really good. In fact, I think that he might have blundered with this move. It's so good. Because check, he has to move. Don't I have this? Trade. Then even after he takes this pawn, I don't know. I'm just saying it looks really good. I could also play takes first, which looks fine as well. But giving the check first can't really be wrong. Yeah. Giving the check first, can it be met with d5? Takes. Wait, here d5. Then captures. Or no. d5. Then here bxc5, bxc6. Then captures, and this pawn is a little bit weak, maybe a little bit overextended, and I think that I'm actually totally fine there. So yeah, I'm going to play this check. I don't think that d5 really works. I mean, I don't think it's losing, but I don't think that it stops me. Okay, so, but he still goes for that. Now I can force the, myself to have the bishop pair. Or I can just take here first. That looks really good too, right? Taking here, the recapture is forced. And at the end of the day, I mean, I have the dark squared bishop, right? Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. That looks really good. I assume he's gonna take with the a pawn, taking towards the center. And then I guess then I'll take with this pawn. And then I'll play my knight to here idea, and then I'll just have both bishops. I'll have the bishop pair. And I feel like having the bishop pair in the Scotch is better than in most openings because the Scotch is so open. Okay, yeah, he takes. Now takes, no matter which way he really captures with, I'm going to play this fork, and then he's going to be forced to capture with the bishop, giving me the pair, right? Oh no, after this he can take, no, he can't take with the rook, never mind. Oh wait, actually, if he takes with his knight, then I probably have to take his knight. Yeah, because if I play takes with knight here, then takes, he can play here, splitting apart my pawn structure and giving me an isolated queen's pawn. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, but I don't think that that's the best I can do. So here, wait, or here straight away. Then takes, but then he takes my pawn. Then I feel like I can probably win it back, and it might be worth it to have the bishop pair, but I really couldn't tell you. In fact, taking here with the knight looks good too. Okay, I feel like this position is pretty critical, so I might want to take a few moments on this. Do I want to capture, or do I want to do one of these captures? Or these moves, or this capture? Let me think. Ooh, I like the look of this too. I think that I definitely want to capture, and then after it captures, I can play this. Yeah, okay. I think that simplest is best. Taking here, then trading. And I'll just have to try to prove that my pawn structure is better. Yeah, I'm just going to take with the pawn, I think. I don't think that this is very sound, going down the pawn for the bishops. If I had a rook on e1, then it might be sound, because then it would be easier to win back the e-pawn. Sorry, the e-pawn. But I think that for now, I'm just going to have to capture. Yeah, definitely. I wish that I had something more flamboyant, but I don't think I do. And by the way, actually no, there really isn't any way for him to mess up here. I like to, I don't know why I say this so often, but I've noticed that in a lot of these videos I say, by the way, it's very easy for him to miss this here, but there's nothing for him to miss here, so I don't know why I was about to say that. Unless he does blunder, which would be, voila. Actually, no. People blundering is fun short term because it gives you the elo boost, but in the long run, you're going to want to play against people who don't blunder. Oh, okay, I know why he's not taking back instantly. He's probably calculating d5. So let's start calculating d5 ourselves. Does d5 work? I don't think it does, because then I just drop back to d3, and his pawn is, and his d pawn is a little bit alone. Then maybe I play something like knight e6. Or maybe I even, no, I can't play that knight e6 first, because d5, knight e6 takes, and he just wins a piece. Yeah. He could also take here first. He could do a bunch of things. I guess that he does have a few options. And he's going to have to decide which one he wants to go for. Oh, did that back crack pick up on the mic? I wonder if it did, because that was pretty loud. But anyway, opponent is thinking. Opponent has less time than us, which is surprising given the fact that I'm commentating, but I respect it. I respect the thought process. And yeah, I mean, my bishops look much better than his knights right now. Actually, maybe not my dark squared bishop, but my light squared bishop is uncontested and it's crazy powerful. He's going to want to try to trade it off in the future with a move like knight a5. But he can't do that quite yet, because after knight a5, I just drop back to d3 and he's not winning back this pawn as easily. Actually, I guess he is, but that's beside the point. Because I don't think that's a good move. But yeah, he's gonna have to think about a few moves to do. By the way, maybe at 1800, or actually maybe at 1,000 subscribers, I play a little song on the piano behind me while I wait for my opponent to make his move. But by the way, thank you guys for 800 subscribers. That's like so many more than I thought I would have this early on. I mean, we're only on day 70, so that the growth is really nice. Thank you guys so much. And if my opponent doesn't make a move very soon, I promise I'll cut the video, because I'm not trying to make you guys sit here and suffer with me. But in the spirit of just discussion, just feel free to skip this part of the video, please. But in the meantime, I guess I'll talk about some of my training plans. I've been looking at switching from the Scotch to the Ruy Lopez, as I said in the beginning, for the main reason that I want to play chess for like the rest of my life, like years and years and years and years. And a lot of my thought process has been like 15, 20 years from now, what will I have wanted to be a master at? And would I want to be a master in, and I don't mean like national masters or CM or IM or anything, because I'm probably not going to ever reach that level. But I mean, like, if I was to devote a substantial amount of time to one opening, what would it be? And I was thinking, do I really want it to be the Scotch or the Ruy Lopez? And then I just did some reading. The Ruy Lopez just seems so much deeper and so much more, I don't know, more interesting than the Scotch does. Even though I like the tactical aspects of the Scotch, just the sheer depth of the Ruy is fascinating. And okie dokie, after that long think, he does take with the knight. Now we do have an interesting alternative to taking. Instead of taking, we could play this move, force this trade, then I'll probably take here and open up this, but at the cost of doubling my pawn. So after this, I assume he's going to take back with the bishop. Then I can play this. That's probably fully equal. You know, I kind of like the look of knight e6 right now, even if it does give me the IQP, because the IQP is going to actually be pretty strong piece, I feel like. So this is definitely an option. Like here, takes. Oh no, it actually doesn't work tactically, because then he pins me and I have to slide back, and I actually drop the IQP immediately after creating it. So the line I was just thinking about was knight e6, bishop xe6, bishop xe6, knight x e3, fx e3, but then he goes rook e8. I have to move my bishop, and I actually lose the pawn immediately, so that isn't actually an option. So in hindsight, I will actually need to capture here first. And this opening is actually probably fully equal, but obviously he does have the double pawns, but that's really not going to make or break this, I feel like. In fact, it might even be an advantage to have the A file open for my opponent. I guess he's deliberating on which piece to recapture with, but I don't know. In my mind, I'd snap recapture with the bishop in a heartbeat. Seems like really the only move for him. I guess you could play knight a5 first, but that looks dumb. Because I feel like I might even have, after knight a5, I might have some crazy move like, I don't even know, like knight x g7 or something. Or maybe even some way to save both pieces. You know, but he's not going to play that. I assume he's just deliberating on if he wants to recapture with the rook or not. I would say no, but who am I to say? And I rarely say this, but maybe we can start pressing the clock, because he is down 3 minutes. Hello, this is my mother.
Cameo, hello.
We're playing a 1750 right now.
Oh, wow. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. But anyway, maybe there's also some cool attacking ideas that I haven't actually been considering until now. In fact, after bishop here, I was going to just trade off the bishops, but why would I actually do that? Maybe I want to... Well, no, I can't play bishop d4, but maybe I play bishop d2 with the idea of going bishop c3, and then just staring down the king side. That looks pretty good. And I do not know why my opponent is deliberating so long on this move. I don't think that this is a critical position at all. Just recapture with the bishop and you're fine. But who am I to judge the 1750? The answer is 200 points lower. Is he really calculating knight a5 or knight e5? Knight e5 is maybe a move. But even if he does play that, I don't think it's like good. Because after knight e5, I just play bishop d3. Wait, no. No, after knight e5, I play bishop b3, I meant. Yeah. I think. I doubt he's going to play it, though, so I'll reconsider if he does actually play it. Actually, no, after knight e5, I play knight takes d6. Yeah. Or knight takes g7. Doing, what's it called when you sacrifice a piece that you know you're going to lose anyway for the maximum value? There's a name for that. What's it called? Okay, it's a very common name. I'm forgetting it right now, but there's there's a like a name for when you know you're going to lose a piece, so you just take something of maximum value, like a pawn or something, in the process of losing it. I can't believe I'm forgetting it right now. It's a very common name. It's actually frustrating me. Maybe it'll come back to me in a minute. Opponent is down to 2.5 minutes, and we're only on move 13, so either their Wi-Fi is bad, or they're really, really thinking. Or they're not concentrated on the game, and they're, I don't know, just playing Clash Royale on their phone or something. Or they're nervous about this position, because I do like the white side of this right now. I do like the white side of this position a lot. It looks much easier to play than it does for black. But yeah, down to under 2 minutes now, and you know, we might actually start pressing the clock. However, again, it is 15 minutes plus 10, so pressing the clock is usually not really gonna work, because with the plus 10 seconds on every move, you're really never gonna run out of time. Unless you're taking this long on every move, geez. This is almost making me feel bad for not editing my videos. Like, I'm sorry, guys. The reason I don't edit my videos, by the way, well, first of all, to give all the genuine reactions and the genuine thought process and not to cut anything out. But the other reason, which is, in all honesty, the bigger reason, is just that it would probably take me, like, just as long to edit it as it would to record the video, and I just don't have that kind of time. I want to make filming these videos as easy as possible, so I have no excuse not to do them. And down under a minute? Is he just going to flag? Is he going to flag? I doubt it, but, like, it's going to be hard to think of good moves when you are under this kind of time pressure. You know, I'm no longer thinking that he's considering this. I think that something is happening on his side. I hope he's okay. This would be a lame way to reach 1580s. Although I think that I've played this game for the most part correctly. Maybe I messed up in the beginning a little bit. Or not messed up, I didn't play the most accurate moves. Like, I should have played bishop c4 in the beginning. Like, look, I have my bishop on c4 now. So maybe that would have been better in the very beginning. But I don't know. Down to 15 seconds? I guess he's going to flag, right? I don't want him to flag, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to cut this out because I just want to give the most genuine, like, run-through of what chess actually is like. But I'm sorry you had to sit through that for 26 minutes. Jesus. Please don't hate me for posting this video. I just genuinely, I'm never going to cut a video out, never going to not show it. I'm showing the most realistic version of chess. Oh my gosh, look at them. Oh wait, you guys can't see this. Look at the analysis. It says your mouse speed won you the game. It's not really my mouse speed, it's my opponent's lack of mouse speed, I would argue. But yeah, 94.8 accuracy versus 93.9. So we actually both played good games, but I mean, it was only 13 moves long, or 13 and a half, or 12 and a half, I guess. All right, let's run through this. Okay, yeah. Like I said, bishop e6 is not the best, but bishop e2 isn't either, okay. What's best here? Okay, knight c3. Oh, or knight... Oh, no! I do remember. I do have a line against this. It's knight f5. Knight f5 is the line, then after bishop takes e3, I can actually take... Oh, no, sorry. No. I take back down here. And then both sides are okay, but as you can see, white just wins almost every game. Yeah, I totally forgot about this, but now... In my chess base program, I like have a bunch of lines that I made, and this is the main line that I have. And I mean, it goes further than this, but I didn't remember it in the game, so good reminder to study more. Okay, knight f5 wasn't best. What? Okay, I guess just being slower, more patient with my development, because I wasn't actually threatening to capture this. This bishop, because yes, f5 was fine, but I assume that his best move was probably just to take here, right? No, it wasn't. Oh, his best move was to take with. Oh, because okay, yeah, it was his best move was to take with the bishop, because I mean, after this, we neither of us have an imbalance. We both have two knights and one knight and a bishop, so. The way to not lose the bishop pair, or to not give me the bishop pair, was to either take with the bishop or the knight. I don't think it mattered which one he took with. Sometimes the computer distinguishes between moves that look totally the same to me. Oh, but this is nice that we found the correct. So EXF5 was best, and I did have to take, and then yeah, I mean, it's totally equal, but opponent obviously flagged. Guys, I'm sorry that I made you watch that game, legitimately, but I promised I would never cut a game, so here it is. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow, or 1583. Maybe not super legitimately, but I'll take it. Bye-bye.